Hi there and welcome back to my channel. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell below. You'll get notified every time I publish a new video. And if you're watching on IGTV, well, hello there. Welcome back as well. And go follow me on both channels at Claire Jefford for both. So it's so easy. All right, today we hear so much about money, right? People saying like, oh, I made this much money and my business is worth this much, or I made $1 million or sold this much in furniture sales. And it can become something that we get like, oh gosh, I'm not making that much money, or I'm not selling that much, or what's wrong with me, and how do I do that? And the first question I want you to ask yourself is, of course, we need to be profitable. We're running a business and we want to make money, but is it the money that is making you happy? Is it the money that you're in this for? Is it the money that you need to make? You're desperate, you have bills, or is happiness more important? If you guys know me and if you follow me anywhere at all, you will probably know that I love Gary Vee. And one thing that Gary Vaynerchuk, talks about a lot of times is happiness. And, the fact that, don't you just want to be happy? And does happy mean, driving your fancy BMW? Does happy mean having a big grand house? Does happy mean going on, a lot of holidays? Well, let me let my dog in the door. Come on, Coop. So you have to think like, what does happiness mean to you? For me, I don't live in a fancy house. I'm in a 3-bedroom bungalow. It was my sister's house that we bought when we moved from England in 2004. And I always thought, this will just be like a little stopgap until I get my house down closer to the lake shore, or, just a bigger, nicer house. And, I'm still here because at the end of the day, we made our roots. We have no mortgage. Okay. So, and is that because I'm rich? No, that's because I'm not crazy with my money. Like, it's not important for me to wear Gucci or have fancy, handbags or labeled clothing. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is, one, obviously just being with my family, happiness, health, that sort of thing. But two, doing what I love. And I'm able to do what I love without major pressure of having to pay certain bills because I've put myself in that situation because of things that I thought I needed that were going to make me happy. And, they don't necessarily make you happy. So kind of on a little bit of a rant, but my point is I just want you to remember that don't feel like just because someone else, you look at them and you think that they're up here and you're like, oh my gosh, why aren't I doing, $1 million homes or getting projects for $500,000 dollars or working on 12 projects at one time. If that's what you want, then you strive to do that and you work hard and you figure things out. And like I said, there's lots that I can help you with either coaching or some products on my website for sure to help you with that. But the other thing is that don't kind of look at what someone else has got if you don't really want it, but you think you do just because you think other people would be impressed if you had it. Do you know what I mean? So I really want you to just focus more on what makes you happy. We hear a lot of, sometimes we hear people say, and I will say it too, that I love consultation only appointments. I love them. And some people say, well, then you're not going to get a portfolio, built up, or you won't get the final photo, that sort of thing. Or you'll never know if the ideas that you gave the client, ever came to fruition, and if you're not working with them on the project. But you know what? I'm okay with that because I do have projects where that happens and I go right to the end, and I have projects where maybe it's just a 2-hour consult I have clients for. Let's just say you were doing 2 consultations a week, and let's keep the math simple, and that you charge $500 for 2 hours. That's $1,000 a week. That's $52,000 a year. Even if you give yourself a couple weeks off, that's $50,000 a year. That's gross. And I don't mean that's gross. That's not bad. And I will tell you from a lot of designers that I speak to, that's a lot more than what a lot of designers are making. Maybe it's more than what you're making right now, trying to get the big jobs, and do massive projects and land the next big client so you can tell everyone and boast about it. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I don't think there's anything wrong with someone who maybe says, hey, you know what? I love just doing the 2-hour consults. I average, 2 a week. And, or 1 a week, whatever, and I'm making this much money. That's okay too. So just think about what makes you happy. What makes you happy? What are your goals? And then think about why that makes you happy, right? For me, would it make me happy to drive an Audi? Yeah, my husband and I looked at one a few years ago, but then I literally couldn't bring myself. I'm like, your Ford Escort is fine. Your Ford Focus is fine. You're only going to and from work 15 minutes a day. Sure, on those odd occasions, where we, go to a nice dinner party or we go out for dinner or whatever, would it be nice to roll up in an Audi and have that luxury and feel good? And yes, it would feel good. But, for $60,000 to $100,000, do I need that to make me happy? No, not right now. Do I need it to impress other people? No, I don't, because I don't give a crap what other people think. Really and truly, I don't. So that's what I want you to think about today, is just think about what makes you happy. Don't try to keep up with anybody else. If whatever that number is for you, just think about, why is that number? I mean, everyone wants to hit the 100,000 and say I made six figures, which is great, but I just want you to do what makes you happy and not worry about keeping up with everybody else. All right. So I would love to hear comments on that. Love to hear your thoughts and where you're at in your business. Are you at the point where you're like, or in life? Are you at the point where you just want to love life and you don't give a crap what anyone thinks? Or are you still, and I know some people are, it depends on sometimes your age, it depends on where you live. I mean, I'm now coming up to 45. So the older you get, the less and less you care about pleasing others, right? So that doesn't mean that I don't want to please my clients. It doesn't mean that I'm an ignorant person and that I'm rude. It just means that, I just don't really have anyone to impress. So, all right, guys, think about that one for today and comment below. And like I said, make sure you subscribe to my channels, and to check out anything, go check me out at CLAIRE-ity.com. All right, new website coming soon.